Kathy back with Big Barn Blooms. How is everyone on this Sunday? Super Bowl Sunday. So we're getting this in before Super Bowl hits. So when you come on, you guys, say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. And yes, we're making a candlestick arrangement. I'm so excited today. Hold on, let me get this going here, and then we will get started. Get all my supplies ready. Supplies! All right, hold on just a second. Let me get situated. See if this will work. There we go. Some of that. Rearranging a bit here. Bear with me, you guys. So we took the studio apart. You'll see things hanging down right here because we're working on that. We're working on the cameras and programming, and ran into another snag. Is that light too distracting from my window, you guys? Okay, let's see here. Here I am. Okay. Am I truly centered? Do I need to come this way? Yes, just a little bit. So yeah, the whole studio got taken apart. You'll see a bunch of junk down behind me because we're still working on it. And yeah, I gotta tell you about that one. Hi Wendy, hi Tina from Wisconsin. Deborah, hi. I'm doing very well, thank you. Michelle. Yes, I've been gone for a couple days, you guys. Not really planned, but I got slammed with orders. We had to catch up on orders. And then we were working on this because we figured we would launch inside the barn. I know I keep saying that. So we ordered, when we got it all set up, we had the overhead camera. It's here. Then we got the forward-facing camera, and we decided the lenses need to match because one of my Sonys is the one I used originally during my first coaching group. And did I forget? I forgot. I'm gonna have to go get my tea. But anyway, you guys. So we decided let's order a second lens that matches the new camera. So I'm like, oh, it'd be worth it though. The view was so good. So we ordered the lens. I should have brought the box in here. The box came yesterday. It was a one-day delivery. We were so excited because we were going to get everything done yesterday. And I picked up the box off the porch, and it was featherweight. It was 0.7 ounces. Opened it, and it had all the, like, the little case for the lens, all the little things. No lens. And I'm like, they're going to think I took it. So we called Amazon, or we got online chatting. And because it was shipped by Amazon, sold by someone else. It's a Sony lens, $500 lens. And they were like, well, is there damage to the box? Why is it missing? I said, well, either someone took it or they just forgot to put it in. They put the accessories in and not the lens. I'm like, how does this happen? How does this happen to me? The universe is against me for this camera setup, I tell you. I'm like, are you kidding me? I took a couple days off to get all this done and this happens. So what I did is I took a picture of the label. You guys do this if you ever get something and you feel the box is lighter, so you're thinking it's not in there. I took a picture of the shipping label, which had the weight on it, 0.7 ounces. And there's no way there's a lens in there because the lenses are actually heavy. We had to reinforce, I have a boom across here, we had to reinforce it for the weight of that big lens on that camera. And they go, oh, you're right, it would weigh more than that. So they're giving us a refund. So we had to order another one. It'll be here on Tuesday. I'm like, ah. Oh. So yeah, I took a couple days off and feel like I didn't get what I mean, we got everything else done. We're waiting for a lens. So anyway. And oh, Tina, thanks for asking. Bob is, he's in a lot of pain. So you won't see him trotting in here anytime soon. He had the procedure, but it's agony. It's called PRP, if you guys want to look it up. You may not want to, but anyway, it's painful, very painful, and it's going to take a few months to take effect, and he has to stay off his foot. So, excuse me, my glasses are dirty. Can't see. But anyway, so he's doing good. He's doing what's expected of him. It's expected that he'll be in pain for probably about, a week. at the most, we're hoping, and then hopefully it'll start healing it. But read up on PRP, it's pretty amazing. Insurance will not cover it. He's on Medicare, 65. Medicare won't cover it, so it's out of cost. But if you have an injury or like tendonitis, his hand, he couldn't even pick something up. He got it in his hand and his foot. He has bad plantar fasciitis. He had it done like 4 years ago in the other foot and it worked. So now it's in this foot. So we're like, yes. So thanks for asking. Yeah, he's kind of, you know, like right now, but it's a good place to be because we know that it'll kick in. So, hi Billie Jean, hi Darla, hi Sue Ellen, hi Joyce, hi Colette. So thanks for jumping on, you guys. So yeah, I kind of teased you guys yesterday. I'm like, what should I make? I'm just about caught up. And I did get a couple requests, and I've gotten DMs. Are you going to do a candlestick? This is a little candlestick. A lot of people do huge ones. This is the size of the candlestick. You don't need a massive tall candlestick to do one of these. And so I thought I'd bring you a small one. We're going to do a big one inside the barn. But I can teach you a little one. Look at the little one with the little bunny. Very simple, very cute, and what a great gift. Or if you have a small area, like maybe you do a little display on your island or a coffee table with a tray, like a basket tray or a wooden tray, little stack of books, candle. This would be cute in it. So a lot of different ways you can use this, a bathroom, a little bathroom Easter arrangement, all kinds of things. So, and above all, a gift. So this is what I want to talk about. Let's see. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Grace. And you know, Grace, I roll with it. It's like, there are so many worse things in life that can happen. If I have to wait a couple more days for a lens, it's okay. You got to look at it that way. Is anyone sick and dying? No. That's the least of our worries. If it just means you guys are waiting a little bit longer. So thanks for hanging in with me. Those of you that are on the list, the information has not come out yet, because when it does, there's going to be a button that you click if you want to join. So it's coming. Pam loves the purples and yellows together. You just donated several candlesticks. No. Well, candlesticks aren't horribly expensive. They're, you know, and you got to look at them. They're kind of like the price of getting a basket to do an arrangement in or something. It's just a different look. So, but here's the catch with these. It's a kit. Yes, this is a kit. So, limited. There's only going to be 6. I've got this one and the one I'm doing today that will be in the Etsy for sale, completely done up. But yes, this is a kit, so only 6. They'll hit today. So I'm going to be pushing out little kits like this, you guys. So this is the next kit. We still have some of the bunny tray kits available. You guys check my Etsy. They're going, the checkerboard are going really well. And the white, actually. And I think we may have sold the last wood, but I think I may have a couple more I got to add. The bunnies, the bunny baskets, seagrass that I teased, blue or pink, they're gone. They sold out. So check I try to let you guys know when they're hitting, because I get a lot of those disappointing DMs that say, I missed it, I really wanted that. So I try to post it so it's fair for everyone, you know, hey, they just hit, go over there and throw it in your cart. But anyway, these are coming today. So let's learn. And this, I know I just talked about a lot of other things other than just this. This is going to be the tutorial for this. So when you purchase it, I will link it directly back to this live so you can learn how to create it. So once we get the cameras going, because I had questions about that, is it always going to be live for the tutorial on the kit? Well, number one, some people don't even do tutorials. They throw the kits out there and here, make something with this. I like to do the tutorial for it so you know what to do with all the supplies you get. Once we get the cameras rolling, then there'll be a separate non-live video so that you don't have to listen to me gab about Bob's foot. Because I don't know if I want to listen to someone talk about their husband's foot when I'm trying to learn an arrangement. So, but thanks for putting up with me and listening. So anyway, who else is on? And no, Michelle, I have not. I got slammed. I apologize. The tape is coming up. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Wilhelmina. So yeah, I'll get those little strips in there. I will. I promise. I keep saying that. It was a busy couple days between getting all this dialed in and then orders and everything, but all the orders are out, and then we got busy overnight, and I have 5 more orders to pack after the Super Bowl today. So there's 5 more orders going out tomorrow. So it's busy, but thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're helping me get all the fancy equipment, so I love it. Hi, Susan from Wisconsin. Yes, Yvonne, I mix all kinds of different greeneries and florals. Like this one is more of a plastic down here, but then these are fabric up here. I mix them. But my number one rule is, do they look very close to real? There's some plastic I won't use because it does not look real. So I try to mimic nature as much as I can. I like when I love when I get the questions, are those real flowers or are they fake? I love that because that means I've done a good job. So I try to stay with the ones that are more real. So I forgot my tea and I'm going to start coughing. I'm not sick, but I've just been in here working and with the dust and I need to sip something. So you guys, talk amongst yourself for a few minutes. I'm going to run down the hall and grab my iced tea and I'll be right back. See, I got my iPad and now I forgot my tea. What the heck? What the heck? I'm like, I thought I brought it in. I guess I didn't. Be right back. All right, I am back. Got my Starbucks tea. And then I'm going to do one more thing, you guys. I'm going to open this window because it's already getting hot in here. I wore a kind of a sweatshirt. I was ready. I tell you, I was ready for this thing. Just a couple little things. Let's see if I can reach this from here. Can't. Got to go around the other side. You know, it's like when they take your studio apart. This table is moved. Everything's moved just a little bit. It really throws you off. We're going to even cut foam today. I'm going to show you from step 1. So let me get the window open so I don't boil in here. Come on. There we go. Put that down. Okay. Ventilation, it's such a good thing. Okay. So we're going to start from square one on this. And I'm not using my stemming machine because I got some DMs. How can I make that bunny tray arrangement without a stemming machine? You can. Same thing I'm going to do here. We're going to use our glue. We're going to use the stem and no metal picks. No wood picks either. Because I want to show you how easy it is. You don't need that machine if you don't have it. You'll be okay. Just make sure you use the right amount of glue. So, hi Karen. Oh, Tina, good tip. The candlestick holders will be 50% off at Hobby Lobby this week. I love it. Deb, hi Deb in Georgia. Hi Jessica. That's a good tip. Thank you, Frenchie. I will have it on replay. Okay. Little sip of tea. Let's get going, guys. Let's see. I've got my handy little cutter here. Now, if you get the kit, your foam will be pre-cut, but I want to show you, just in case you want to do this without the kit, because there's only 6, how I measure my foam. Let's push this guy out of the way, over there, and make sure we got the space. Okay, so, bottom, and these are nice, they have felt on the bottom and everything. We're going to flop it over, and I'm just going to score it in a square to start. This is how I do it anyway. I'm sure there's different methods, but let's just do this so that we can get a hunk of this off of this big sheet. You can also go to, a lot of the hobby stores sell the circles of foam. Dollar store sells little squares. They might have circles too. So if you want to do that, go for it. I think it's more economical to buy the big sheet and cut it down. So that's what I do. Sorry for the noise. I hate this noise. I've got my drywall knife or sheetrock knife. I think it works really well. I borrowed Bob's one day. If you follow me for a while, you know the story. I borrowed his. I was snooping around in his toolbox and I was using an old serrated knife that we were going to throw away. It's like we used it in our house, then we put it in our RV, and I'm like, this knife's done, it's got to go in the garbage. And I'm like, let me try to cut foam with it. And it worked pretty good, so I used this old serrated knife for years. And then I found this in the toolbox. And it works really good. Not a lot of effort to get it to cut the foam, so I like it. All right, so now we have this, which is a little bit too big. So now I kind of go around and just score kind of a circle. It's not a complete circle. It's not, I mean, you could be picky and draw a circle in the foam before you cut anything. It's very hard to cut a circle out of foam, though, I will tell you that. So I would just rather do this. I kind of just end up with it cornered off like that, little scores, and then just cut it. So is it going to be a perfect circle? No, but you won't know that once you build your arrangement. It's going to look like a circle. So we'll throw the scraps away and let me clean up my mess. Got my little dustpan here. Because that's like so messy to cut foam. Like I say, one day I'll have a sous chef or a sous floral person, I don't know what you call it, that will do all my prep. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'm sure the big designers have it, but it would be fun. So, okay, so that's done. So now this is what we have. So it's kind of circle, right? Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it, you guys. It doesn't need to be a perfect circle. Okay, so you got to make sure your surface is dust-free. No crumbs, no dust, very clean. Okay, and then what we're going to do, there's a small side, because when I cut this, I cut it at an angle, so this side is always smaller. I'm going to cut it down a little bit smaller, now that I cleaned up, that was silly, because I want it to seat down under the lip. Can you see how there's a little lip? Most of the candlesticks have that. So we want this to be a little bit further down. A little bit, because I want it to really grab. I'm going to use alien tape to secure this. And if the foam sits up on the lip, it's going to not reach down as well. It might reach it, but I want to be able to push it into that candlestick and have it not pop off. So we're just making the bottom a little bit smaller, like that. So see how we went around and we carved it down big on this side, small on that side. And now it sits in the lip, within, on the inside. Did I say that right? Anyway, makes a difference in securing your foam to your candlestick. Okay, so one more cleaning job and then we can start designing. I like that part. There we go. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, I've got my alien tape. You guys, you can buy this, Amazon sells it. I have it in my Amazon storefront. Walmart sells it. I think most of the hardware stores sell it. Alien tape or nano tape. You don't have to get the alien tape brand. I use the alien tape brand and I buy a box of I think like 3 rolls. But it works really well. Here's another reason I like this. It is removable. Of course, you got to get your hand down in there, but you could actually, if you don't mind if you scuff up your candlestick because you really don't see it by the time you're done, but you could actually put like some kind of a little spatula or a little knife under there and pop this. Maybe you want to use the same candlestick and change the arrangement seasonally. So I like using my nano tape because it actually can be popped off and reused. So, but then once you pop it off, you can put a little piece of like parchment paper over it to protect it, or just throw another, next time you install it, throw another piece of nano tape or alien tape on top of the old one so that you have the stickiness, the fresh sticky, I guess you would say. Okay, so that's officially how you do that. Get the dust off of there and the crumbs again, and then let's just peel that protective coating off, and then we're going to just stick this right on there, give it a good push. I like to hold it for probably about a good 10 seconds or so, and really apply pressure and make sure you get that bond with it. I mean, it's like tape, you guys, but we're like when you put a transfer or tape on and you scratch your nail over to make sure it really is secure. Well, you can't do that here, but you can apply a lot of pressure and make sure it's really secure. So, hi Jennifer. Yeah, Jessica, you can use any foam you want, honestly. Oh, Kathy, you haven't made one yet. I hope this helps you. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Missy. Yeah, Kathy, I used an old serrated bread knife forever. But anyway, you can use this foam. I have dry foam, and I do use dry foam on some things, rarely. But I like to really get that push going, and dry foam, your fingers are going to go into it. So another reason I use the hard foam. So, but look at nano tape, alien tape. Not coming off, you guys. Not coming off until you want it to. Okay, so let's put that over here. And the first thing we're going to start with is our moss. I'm using 2 kinds of mosses. In this kit, you will receive both mosses to do the design. So the first one I'm going to use is our dyed green Spanish moss. If you're not buying the kit and you're going to do this yourselves, you can use gray. You don't see a lot, but as you see, I mean, up underneath, the green does show through a little bit, so I like it to be green. It just looks nice. But gray will work too. So we're going to take just a little. It doesn't take much. Usually I have all this part done for you guys, but since it's a kit, I want to show you from step 1. I'm trying to debate on the kit whether just to, I might just install this to do one more step, but you've seen it on here, just to have it already placed so it's easy, but sometimes it's kind of nice to do all the steps. So I have little moss picks, the little U picks. Let me get a little pile here. You'll get some of these in your kit. So get your little, if you're watching this with your kit now, get your little moss picks out, and you're going to pull your Spanish moss apart and make little tiny bundles of it like this, and just kind of push it up to your styrofoam and push a pick in. Okay, so this is going to hang off the sides, but we're going to layer it with more. So we're going to grab another piece, go around here, overlap them a little bit, and where they overlap, stick another pin in. And I'm putting the pins toward the bottom of the foam so that I don't take up space where my picks have to go when I start introducing my flower picks. So let's do one more over here, and then we're going to grab a little bit more. So we're just going around the whole base doing that. Super easy peasy, you guys. So this is how I cover mine. Why, you ask? Why do I not use my yummy reindeer moss? Because you don't see this. You're going to get the same color look, and it looks nice, but when you're going to focus on the reindeer moss is on top. So use your expensive moss for the top of your design, not underneath where it's mostly hidden. So that's my idea. Could you use this? Let's say you guys are out there and you're looking for this, look at that, pine needles. Let's say you're looking for the reindeer moss and you can't find it. Can you use this? Absolutely. But you can always find smaller amounts. I buy those Mondo bags from Home Goods, but you can find the smaller ones at like Michael's, Hobby Lobby. They all sell them. Okay, so there is, I need one more little pick here. Then just go around. I'm going to give you a bunch of them, so don't worry. But just go around and see where it's loose and throw a few picks in. So now, it looks kind of crazy underneath. See all this stragglers hanging down? Take your scissors and give it a haircut, you guys. I don't want moss hanging down. Pam, don't look, I'm using your scissors. Don't look, my ribbon scissors. I know, I gotta get another pair of scissors in here. So just cut this. It's very easy, and I trim it up so it's not wild, hanging below, like there's a wild piece. Give it a haircut, and now you have a nice, neat little band of moss around your styrofoam. So we're done with this. let me get this cleaned up. A lot of cleaning in this design. You know, it's a small design, which the small designs overall are quicker and easier to do. However, when you have steps with two kinds of moss, etc., gets a little messy, takes a little more time. But once you have it prepped and ready to go, you can blow through this. This is another great production arrangement. If you're doing craft fairs or you just need some stuff to fill your Etsy, you guys, good ones, good ones. Okay. So there he is, all mossed up, but not on the top. So let's get onto that. Let's see. Let me grab my this little guy. There's our bunny. Here is this moss. So we're going to do the top. But what we have to do, figure out what side, let me get that, just dust it off my hand. Which side is going to be your front? Doesn't really matter, it's round, right? And then figure out where you want to place your little bunny. I think he'll look cute like that. So I'm going to place him first because we need him glued to the styrofoam. So just put a really nice amount on the bottom of your bunny, or whatever. If you're doing a bird, you can do this with a bird or any type of figure. Oh, did you guys see that? And I bought some, I didn't bring them in here today. Did you guys see that Hobby Lobby got spring Highland cows? Did you see my little Valentine design I did with the little Valentine? He had a rose in his mouth. Well, they have spring ones where they have like little sunflowers they're holding and stuff. Oh, so cute. So I bought a couple. We'll do a few of those, but you could do one of those in this kind of arrangement. Any little figure you can put on top. Hey Angel, thanks for jumping on. Where did the bunny come from? Yes, Home Goods, you guys, Home Goods. So they had a whole little, they had a lot of different ones. Good luck finding them. But you guys, they also had some really cute little buttons at bunnies at Hobby Lobby if you can't find these. They have tons of little bunnies like this. So not this exact one, but similar. I love this because it has a little yellow bow, little velvet bow on him. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. This was the same one that I put in the giveaway. Oh, the gift away arrangement. Same bunny, but this bunny's crouching down where the other guy was sitting up a little bit. So there we go. Okay. So he is on there now. We can start working on our moss. Just going to grab a little handful here. And we're just going to go around and glue it on. And for this, I just throw it right on the foam. You don't need a ton of it because you don't want to make a solid surface of glue because it's going to be harder to get those picks through. Yet we have to cover this. So, you know, if each piece of moss has a little bit of glue attaching it, it's going to be fine. So just go around and add your moss. Don't make it all patted down. I like it a little lumpy because it looks a little more natural, like he's sitting in a little meadow. So I like to kind of leave it a little more dimensional. You have to pat it down at first, but don't sit there and, you know what I mean? Don't mush it. Don't mush it, you guys. So let's get this in here. I'm going to put a little bit in between his paws, little tiny piece. So grab a little tiny piece off, tiny like that, and then just push it in between the paws and keep going around. Love the reindeer moss, but see, it's okay to use two kinds of mosses. Save your reindeer moss for what shows. That's my biggest advice. If you design and sell, reindeer moss is expensive and you just need it where it shows. You don't need it to cover the base of this. And normally I know I say on a lot of my designs, I don't hardly moss because it ends up covered. This one you do. You don't know what level this is going to be displayed at. So if people see up underneath the candlestick, they're going to see that foam. So you've got to cover the foam. Okay, one more little piece back here. I think we'll be good to go. think this edge needs a little more. I'm just kind of going around now looking. It's like, do I see foam? Yeah, I see a little bit. And if the foam overlaps the bottom foam, the Spanish moss, not the foam, if the reindeer moss overlaps the Spanish moss, it's okay. That's my brain. I'm thinking one word, but a different one always comes out. My kids loved when I first had my brain injury and I did that. I would say the wrong words and they'd laugh, and I didn't even know I did it, because you don't, when you have a brain issue like mine, you don't know you're doing it. And you think you said the right word. Every now and then I'll catch myself. But I would tell them, like, their chores they had to get done or blah, blah, blah. They were in high school. And they're like, you didn't, and I have short-term memory issues. Mom, you didn't ask me to do that. I swear, Mom, I swear. And then I'd see a little grin come to their face. I'm like, okay, now you get double the stories. Now you're trying to take advantage of my issues. But it just is what it is. Okay, let me clean that up. But you see how he is all mossed up? He's got glue strings too, but all the way around. But we have the cheaper moss on the bottom, the more expensive on the top, where it's going to be more visible. Okay, let's clean up one more time, and we should not have to clean except for scrap stems. Yes, glad we're at this point now. Okay, let me check take a sip of tea, check your messages. I do use floral pins, Angel, and the moss on the sides. On the top, I do not, because I do not want to take the chance of them showing, because as you see in this design, the moss is very visible. If you guys choose to, you can, but you're going to be pulling moss to try to get it to puff up further and cover that. So I tend to not do it where it's visible. Hey Becky. Hi Erin. I am glad I am inspiring you. You guys inspire me every day to show up, because otherwise I'd be talking to a wall. So I love that you guys interact and ask your questions and everything. Hi Jamie. Nicole, I used to just be pretty much Hobby Lobby and Michael's, but now I'm going into the wholesale end of it. So if you join me inside the barn, I'm going to tell you all my sources. So, but anyway, here we are. He's ready to go. How easy was that? And look at my shake test. I know people think I'm crazy. It's like, don't shake it. Yes, shake it, because you want to shake it before you ship it, because they're going to shake it when it's shipped. Ooh, that could be a good rhyme, you guys. Yeah, so shake it before you ship it. So that's my motto anyway. I want to know things are going to get there in one piece. Okay, so now the fun part, the florals. We are going to start, and if you want to do this exact one, I'll tell you where I got these, because I'm using up my retail. These are the bushes from Hobby Lobby. They're in the bush section. They're not on sale this coming week, so it'll be another week before they're on sale again. And I think they're like 10 bucks a bush, 12 bucks a bush, something like that. So my price tags were already off, honestly, so I don't know. Hi, Wilhelmina. Oh, Deb, you're doing the shake test. See, don't you guys agree with that? I need a thumbs up if you guys agree with that shake test, because a lot of people are mortified, and I got some DMs that they're mortified that their whole arrangement is going to fall apart if they do that. But my advice on that, don't be mortified to shake it. Be mortified if you don't and you ship it and they get it in pieces. Because you know UPS is not only going to shake it, they're going to drop kick it to the curb or to the porch. So I just like to be pretty certain. Thank you. There's the thumbs up and the hearts. Thanks, you guys. I told Bob I'm gonna my reactions are gonna go down because he's not coming in to get all the hearts. And he's like, well, I could hobble in. I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. Oh, Maggie, great. I'm glad you're gonna join. Yes, Tina, and these come in like a lavender, a pink, a yellow, all the colors. I'm just using white today because my color is in the little lavender bundles. Oh, thank you guys. and in these little picks. So these two are from Michael's, and they do have them this year. This is the little yellow daisy. This is the lavender pick, which I adore. I adore this pick. I'm like, I think with the 6, everybody's going to get 2 bunches of lavender and one little bunch of the daisies. And I'm telling you guys, it's like, I need to order more because I love them, but I'm like, I can't because I'm going to the wholesale side. So, but even if you do buy wholesale, when you find things that work, who cares, right? I mean, okay. So the first one I'm going to do is this, and I'm just going to cut it all apart because you're going to use all of this. This whole bush is going on there. This is going to be the base of our candlestick. So we're going to just cut all these off right like this. This is the fun part. So you guys ready for the Super Bowl? Kind of excited. None of my team, well, my team. Okay, I'm in California, so yes, I'm a 49ers fan. I've been a 49ers fan since the days of Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. And I know that they've had a rough time, but I'm still a 49ers fan. Not just a fair weather fan, but they're not in it, so who am I rooting for? I don't know. Maybe Kansas City. I don't know. Maybe the Eagles. We'll see. Whoever's winning. No, just kidding. But I'm excited to go. We're going over to my son's in-laws. They're cooking and whatnot, so I get to finish this, and then I'll be working on my computer over there while we watch it, though. But what do you guys like best? Okay, I'll go first. I love the commercials. I'm hoping they're good this year because I think it's been a few years since they've been really, really funny, right? So what do you guys like about it? Yes, Deb, you're doing your first craft fair. Yes, you don't want them to fall apart. You don't want someone to buy it and on the way home things fall out or when they're shifting it. So yes. Jessica, yes, supplies are coming too. All the things. Yes, Kathy, that is very true. Sometimes Michael's on clearance is much cheaper than wholesale. So don't get hooked up if you do have a business and you make the switch to wholesale. The reason I'm going wholesale is for quantity because I want to do a lot of kits and a subscription outside of my creative coaching group. So sometimes it's hard to find. If I want to do 50 boxes, you can't find 50 or 100 of each stem if you need 2 stems per. Do you see where I'm going with this? And it's just easier. I can just click and throw a couple hundred stems in my cart for each design. So that's why I'm going. But if you're just selling on a smaller scale, not doing kits, etc., then Michael's and Hobby Lobby is a good thing. And Hobby Lobbies will let you order. Oh, I got something to tell you. About Hobby Lobby. Tina, the best part is my son's cooking and no mess. Right, Tina? I'm going over to my son's in-laws. They're awesome people, but I'll help clean up at the end, I gotta say. And the food's gonna be good because both of our families cook. We love to cook, so. Yes, Pam, the Budweiser, Clydesdale, those were the best. Or how about the frogs? I love the frogs on the lily pad. If you guys remember that one, that's from a while back too. Deborah says commercials also. Yeah, I love that. So anyway, okay, I'll try to keep seeing your comments, and we'll move on. So we've got all these pieces. These are push-ups. If you don't know what a push-up is, that means all these little stems are on in circles. So you have the ability to push them up the stem and make it a bushier bush on top. We don't want it all that bushy because we want this to drape down the front. So I'm not going to push it up but a little bit, and I'm going to make sure I distribute them equally. Don't do this one stem at a time because they may come out different. So what I want you to do, this is about what I'm looking for. They're about an inch or so apart from each other except for the very top one. So the top is right to the top. And then we're just going to push, and we're going to, I guess it's about an inch, like this. This is what it should look like when you're done. You have all this stem, and then you're going to cut it to where you only have about an inch on the bottom, right like that. So do one, and then see, this is how it started, this is how it started, this is how it ends up. Then I want you to leave that on the table and do the rest before you start adding, because you want it to be even around your candlestick. So let's push this up. Let's push it up. Okay. And then hold it up to your next one. Make sure they're pretty even. Cut off down to 1 inch of stem showing. Let's do it again. So this takes a little time. So yes, this is a small arrangement, but it does take a little bit of time. But once, if I wasn't yakking, I could just blow through it, and you will too. So you'll see, you're like, oh, that wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It's very doable. So let me push these up. Measure with the other one, because you want to make sure that where the stems are on the bottom, oh, I gotta push that one a little more. You need to hold them by the bottom of the stem, put your fingers together, and look at the height. Are the heights the same? This one's a little bit taller. I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. So that's what I'm measuring. And this way, when you make your candlestick, and about 1 inch stem from the bottom of the last group to the bottom, that's about 1 inch, you're going to want to make them all identical, because if you don't, you'll have different levels coming around your candlestick and it won't look as pretty. So I hope that helps. But when I'm doing a candlestick like that, that's why I love these pushable. Some are harder than others, but the pushables, because you can get them really looking good. But if you don't have pushables, you're using some other type of greenery, just make sure that your stems are about the same size. Because you could use all different kinds. You can use the button fern, you could use, there's all kinds of wispy pieces. What I liked about this one is all the little white blooms on it. So you don't just have greenery. And I didn't want to put a bunch of different colors hanging down. We're sticking with the lavender, the whites, and the yellows. So this was the perfect bush. And because I have such limited kits on this, I wanted you guys to be able to go out and get the exact supplies if you want to make it. So anyway, let's, and I'll see. I'm going to, again, so I had an order come in, the candlesticks. I only ordered 10 of them. So I have 6, and with these 2, 8. I have 2 more left over. I'm going to see if I can get some more quickly. Because I don't want to go too much into bunnies and stuff, because before we know it, we're going to be out of the spring and going into summer. So we'll see. But I can always change it to another design, so we will see. Okay, let's get this guy going. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. That looks good. But what's nice, once you do this prep, then you can just roll with sticking them in the arrangement, you know. It goes pretty quick once you got the prep done. Now you may want it different lengths. You may want it a little wilder looking, so it doesn't mean that the candlestick arrangement has to be perfectly all the way around, etc. If you want to do it a little bit more abstract, then go for it. See what you come up with. Make it your own. Okay, let's see. Oh, spill the beans on Hobby Lobby. See, that's my brain, I'm telling you guys. The lavender bush, I'll get it when I get off. This is Michael's. Michael's, and they're little mini picks. So I'll spill the beans on Hobby Lobby. So I had to drive to Chico, which is an hour from here, a little over an hour, to get some other supplies. And I went to their Home Goods, picked up more of the trays because I had more requests for the little tray kits with the little bunny. And so I ran across the street. Luckily, there's Home Goods and Hobby Lobby's right across the street in Chico. I went in and I thought, oh, I'm out of picks for my stemming machine. I literally ran it down to no picks, and I went, oh, are you kidding me? So I thought, I'll just run in there and get some picks. So if you guys, I don't have the box in here. This is an old box, but a box of the metal picks is $19.99. You cannot find them cheaper, even Amazon. They're $20 a box. Sometimes they're more elsewhere. And I walked in, they had 3 boxes on the shelf, and I went, oh, let me grab a box. I picked it up, $9.99. I was like looking around like, is anyone seeing that I'm going to grab all these boxes? So I grabbed them, and then the floral gal was walking around, and I said, "Are these $9.99?" She goes, "Yeah." So then, you're going to love this. Then, I'm trying to collect stemming machines for my in-person workshops, because I think if you take a workshop, it's nice to have your own machine to do the design if we're using that during the design process. I looked at it, $199 for a stemming machine. $199, you guys. They're normally $289. They had two. They were both marked that. They went in the cart. And I was like, I've already spent my budget for February, and I'm like, I gotta get it. I gotta get them. When did you get $100 off the machine and half price? Go check your Hobby Lobbies. I'm not gonna tag Hobby Lobby in this post at all, because they're gonna go, everybody check. They're gonna clear out our machines for $100 off each. Check your Hobby Lobby. I think they mismarked them. They say no, but then I came home and went to my Hobby Lobby. They were the regular price, $19.99 for the picks and $2.89 for the machine. But I got two machines. So yeah, I was excited. And so that's the dish on Hobby Lobby. But I went to the counter and I said, I'm so excited about these. I wish you had 10 boxes. The gal said, do you want a rain check? Yes! She gave me a rain check for more boxes of picks, right? Sorry, I threw that on the floor. I got excited. So I got a rain check for 9 more boxes of the picks, because I go through a lot of picks. The volume that I do, 9 more boxes. They wrote $9.99. I go, are you sure? She goes, yes. Would you like some more machines at $1.99? I couldn't do it because I feel like I'm stealing now. I did not get any. Plus, my budget is done for the month. So I'm like, no. It's okay. I got 2. I'm good with that. So I was like, so check your Hobby Lobbies. I'm just saying, just in case. And if you are, come back to this live and post that you found it for that kind of a deal. Because I've never seen them. They're not even, okay, wholesale, I'll tell you, Supply Syndicate sells them. That's where Hobby gets them from. They're I believe they're $2.29 or $2.39 wholesale. Below wholesale. Just saying, you guys. So Jessica, check your Hobby Lobby. You never know. And Nancy, they said no, they're not discontinuing them. So anyway, Kathy, this is a wholesale product, so I'm not going to divulge it on this, but I will tell you when we're inside the barn. So I got to kind of start transitioning to that. So anyway, here we go. This is the last one. I threw it on the floor. Let me cut it and we'll get started, you guys. Thank you for reminding me too to give you the scoop on it. But I was so tickled. And then Bob waiting in the car, because of course it was a day after his injection. He couldn't walk, his PRP, I believe it's called, treatment. So I was like, I come out, I just went in for one little box of picks. I come out with these machines and all the picks, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And he's like, what did you do? I'm like, I just had to. And he's like, that's a good deal. Because he's like getting to know the prices for things. He's like, and he knows I want more of those machines. So that was so cool. Okay. So we have our little guy. I want you to think of this round surface as a clock. This is how I do a round arrangement. That's going to be completely cylinder. We're not going to make it go out and then wider on the sides, narrow in the middle, but you could even do that with a candlestick. We're going to keep it round. So you're going to think of this as a clock. The first thing I'm going to do with the first one, and actually now that I have an inch, I'm probably going to cut off another half of that. We don't need that much going in. I want you, as you do these, before you put them in, put a little tiny half moon bend on them. We're going to start and then figure out how you want him to face. I'm not going to have him straight on. I want a little tilt on him so you see him. So figure out your front, add a little glue to that stem. And this is where, if you're not using a glue pot, if you have a glue gun, keep it on the stand, pull the trigger, and run that underneath it. Okay, I'm going to go at 6 o'clock, directly in at 6, and let it fall out the front, right like that. So this is how we start. So we do 12. Then we're going to do it again, and yes, half. So, and is it an inch? Actually, now it's an inch. So it must have been 2 inches before. So now I'm going to turn it directly backwards, and we're going to go in at 12 o'clock. So if you think of your round design as a clock, it'll make it easier to keep it organized. So, and to space these evenly is what I'm really going for. So we're going to go in now. So now we have 2 right like that. See? So it'll be nicely placed. Okay, so we've got 12 and 6. You see where I'm going. So we're just going to go around the clock. 2, 2, and then in between. That's what we're going for. So let's get these guys installed, and then we'll move on. So now we're going to 3 o'clock. And notice no picks. If you have a stemming machine, use it, you guys. I would say use it. But I wanted to do the tutorial without it to show you it can be done, and it can pass the shake test. It can, see? I'm telling you, I do it. Every arrangement, you guys got to do it. So you use the right amount of glue though. You're going to go up and down both sides of that little pick. And as gravity pulls that hot glue, it'll surround the whole pick. Okay, and now we're doing 9 o'clock. These are going up in the upper section of that foam, right below the reindeer moss. So you see, it's like a cross, right? So there's our first 4. Now we need 4 more. You're going to end up with 1 left over. It's okay. It's just because you get the whole bush, right? So let's cut that in half. We're going to bend it. And now we're going directly in between. See that? And now everything will be evenly spaced. It organizes, you guys. If you start with the 12 and 6 and then 3 and 9, you'll be completely evenly spaced, and whatever type of stem you're using, you won't run out. You'll be able to space them evenly and not start at one end. If you start and just willy-nilly put them in, you make it to the other end, you didn't space them properly. So this is how I keep track and keep myself on target. Hopefully it helps. And if you put your moss pins down toward the bottom, they won't get in the way of you installing these. So that's why I kind of hang them out toward the bottom. And actually, these little picks that we're putting in are going to hold the moss the rest of the way. So let's cut that. Here we go. And you could stop here. If you didn't want to add another element, you could absolutely stop here and then go to the top. But we're going to add a little more. But look at that. Do you see how it's evenly spaced all around that candlestick? So that's how I do it to keep myself straight. And now that they're all in, you can reposition again where you want the front of this little guy to be, because it's all even all the way around. So I want it to be a little bit more of his side showing, so I'll shift it probably a little bit like this. So now I'm in between the 6 and the 7, kind of with his right foot. If you look at your candlestick, it'll make sense. So that's going to be my front. So now we've got 2 bundles of these guys. So let's get the first one unwrapped, and we're going to go around with the lavender. I love these lavender bunches. They're perfect color. When you pull them apart, they're the perfect little picks. And you get quite a bit in these little bunches, you guys. So right now, I believe they're normally $3.99, and they're 40% off right now. Has anyone checked today's flyer for Michael's? I haven't had time. See if they've gone any cheaper, because sometimes they start doing their 50% off or buy one get 2 free. I'm hoping. It's like, I'm ready for that, just saying. So we take the raffia off. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. Oh, Rosava, you're so welcome. Yvonne, I hope the clock helps. It keeps you kind of organized in your designing. So Lisa, you got an easygoing guy there. Yes, he is. We've been married for 40 years. We're going on 41 years, and yeah, we support each other. So anyway, hi Pat. How you doing, Pat? Don't we have gorgeous weather right now here? It is so sunshine and pretty. It's like, oh my goodness. Okay, so here's the little bunch. You've got 5 of them in this one. We have a little more than 5 spaces. I'm going to save one little piece for the top. I put one little piece behind him on top. That's all we need. The rest are going to go in the bottom. So I'm going to find my one little piece. And there's a few that only have 3 little sprigs. Most of them are like this with huge bunches. So when you pull your little bunch apart, you'll notice that. So I want you to take one and set it aside. Okay? So now I'm going to count. How many spaces do I have in between there? 1, 2, I'm going to leave my hand here so I don't mess myself up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to need 8 pieces. So here's 4. You're going to have a little left over, but that's okay. It's okay. Other projects, right? So I lay mine out so I know what I'm doing. If you know you're going to put a piece on top, which I do, I always put it aside so I don't end up using it and going, oh man. So you got to keep your design organized and know that you're not using product that you need later on in the design. So this is how I keep myself organized. So we had 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we're not learning to dance. Okay. 8. We need 8 pieces to go around, and we have it. 1 piece left over, 1 of these left over. So I'm going to put that aside. No, yeah, I have my other piece here. I'm like, where'd that piece go? Here's my piece for later. It's with the yellow that we'll be using in a few minutes. Okay. So again, just like these, we've got to cut them down. So I don't want this to be out there as long as the white branches because I don't want to see this. I want this to hug up close to the moss and the base as possible. So we're just going to leave a little bit, maybe a 1/2 inch to an inch like this, that will push in there and keep the lavender blooms close to the base. So let's go ahead and cut all these down. This is where if I wasn't alive, I would fast forward, cut them all down. But if you're watching this, you can fast forward if you're on replay. So we'll just cut these apart. By the way, these are the perfect little stems. I'm going to do a tutorial on adding Easter eggs into an arrangement. So if you buy them loose, they're not on the stem. These are the perfect size stems, so keep them for later. Don't throw them away. They're the right size, they're the right thickness, and they're sturdy enough to hold an Easter egg. So yeah, keep those puppies. They're valuable. So we'll cut these all down. Keep the little stem. So it's kind of like a twofer. You get your stem for a future project. And if you know me by now, I tell you I've got a little box of all kinds of little scrappy scraps and stems over here. And we just keep them because you never know. In the fall, we use them for the little pumpkins. So, okay. So these are all cut apart. We're going to put another little tiny bend on them and install them just like the other ones. Here we go, all the way around. First one, look how easy, and it's going to come along so quickly. You're going to have a little arrangement before you know it. Something else I forget to mention, because the salesman part of me is not the biggest part of me. I actually just, it mortifies me. I hate selling. But someone mentioned it to me in a DM, so I thought, yeah, I should say that because I don't. The kits, you guys, think about a girls' night out. You guys could all meet at someone's house. Everybody orders a kit, turn on the recording, and you guys do a kit together. How fun would that be? Because I know there's workshop places in person in most towns. Some don't have them, some do, but most, maybe. But you could do your own. Shoot, have a kit party. So I forget to mention that. I don't even mention it on like my socials when I post the kits, but I should. But I thought, yeah, that is a really good idea. So And I'm glad for those of you that remind me that kind of stuff. I'm like, I've got to be better at that. So I love this method though of counting it out, counting the spaces that you have to fill in between, because you lay out your product, you prep it, and then you just go for it. And you're not going to be short a stem if you do it right. And so when you're thinking of a stem or a design like this, count. If you have that little lavender bush, you need to count how many stems are on, how many you think you need to go around. It's how I think when I'm looking at things. So when I find a bunch like that, like the lavender that has that many stems, I'm so excited because I'm like, yeah, I could do a lot of designs cutting this sucker apart. So one more piece, and we've gone perfectly around the entire clock face, and we are not short. We have just added our second element to this. Perfectly aligned, perfectly spaced. Look at that. Do you see how easy that is when you look at it that way and you're just putting it in between the others? And it's in between and on top a little bit. You still see the white coming through, but I like that these are more on top and it takes you into the next step, which is the arrangement surrounding the bunny. How fun is that? You guys can even see this, huh? Sorry, there's my little phone cord. Lisa, yes, we got married young. Jessica, yes, mine is a B&K and mine is vintage. It's like 40 years old, but the B&Ks are good machines too. I actually have, if you can get a B&K, I have less problems with the B&K than the steel picks, if that helps. So, okay guys, so our base is done. We're not going to add any more to the base. We have it covered all the way around. Now the bunny's waiting for his blooms, so let's put the blooms in. So we're going to start with the yellow. And when you look at your yellow, there's two little bunches on this pick. Pull them apart like that. We're going to cut this one right where the second bunch comes out. As close as you can. Like that. Pull these up. And now one came out, so I'll have to glue that back in. But you'll have two little picks that we can put around this bunny. One pick does that. It's so awesome. And then we still have the lavender. Okay, let's see. Oh, Kathy, I'm so glad you're going to try it. They're so much fun. You know what I love about these? I mean, I know I tell you I love all these designs. Because I do. I'm addicted to floral design. I'll admit it. I need the gum and patches just like to get off the home goods, I'm saying. But once you get this design down, it is a no-brainer. I love no-brainer designs because you can turn on a TV show, your music, and you just go. Because you're just going in a circle. It doesn't take a lot of thought, like, do I need a flower here? Do I need a flower there? Like doing an arrangement, a centerpiece. This is like a centerpiece on a candlestick, but you don't need to think a lot. Once you figure out that clock face and you do it like I said, you'll be good to go. It'll be a relaxing design to create. Okay, back to this. We're going to take the first guy who is missing a piece of his greenery. So I'm going to add a little glue and just, you can actually push it right back in. I got a little bit too aggressive with my nippers there. But you can actually see the hole that they come out of, so you just slip it right back in with a little glue, right like that. And then we don't need all this length, so we're going to cut this off very short. When you cut this, you guys, this is important because it's thick, right? Because all of these are bundled. You need to cut at an angle up so that your stem has an angle down so that you can get it in. So don't go square on this bottom of this stem. Go sideways. Does that make sense? Do you understand? Do you need me to come up to the camera so you can, let me come up to the camera. Because this is an important step to get this into the foam and not make a huge hole. So normally you would take your stem and you would go across like this. See how I'm exactly horizontal to the vertical stem? No, don't do it that way. Turn it at an angle like this so that when you cut it, you have that angle in the stem. So hopefully that helps you guys. All right, so let me cut this and now I'm going to show you. First I'm going to cut the bottom straight. Let's do that. Okay, do you see how it's straight? There's no angle, okay? Now let me cut this on the angle like I said. Do you see the angle? That's going to help it, believe it or not, it's very subtle, but it helps it go into the foam. So, hi Kelly. Hi Jane. Oh, I'm glad you love watching them. Oh, very good, Pam. That's the SKU for the lavender. Good deal. I will put a link directly to it so you guys don't have to put the number in when I get off of here, because it's a really good pick. I'm telling you, it's one of my faves. And these little wildflower ones are good too. Okay, so we have this guy now with the angle in it, and all these little blooms. Oh, I love them. We can kind of arrange him once he's in there, but I love that this is going to create the little forest look that we're looking for. So I'm going to put some glue on the end of this guy, and we're going to push him right into that foam. And I'm going right behind the bunny. Use your needle nose so you don't burn yourself, but I pushed it in, it's fine. And then if any of the stem where you cut the other portion off shows, just get a little more of that reindeer moss and push it on in there. So now we can take this and we can bend these little guys around however you want. Maybe have one little flower come up front. It's your masterpiece, so make it your little design. But I love the little pit berries, the little green leaves. It's just cute. Look at how just one little pick makes it come alive. Because this is a great pick, you guys. Michael's, but it's a great, great pick. So now we have the second one. So the second one, same thing. Grab my cutters that I left up here. We're going to cut this at an angle. Again. So I have a little bit of an angle to go in. And this is going to go to the right of the bunny. So cute. Pretty close up next to him, and it's almost going to make it look like it's growing out from under the bunny, like he nestled himself right down in front there in this little group of greenery and little sunflowers. So let me unwind these little pit berries, maybe have some drape down and some drape up, and there we go. So there's our two little picks. Look at that, right? It's telling a little story now. And there it is in the back. You can still see his little bunny butt there. And it's a very airy and open. It's a little thicker arrangement down here, but when you get to the top, you don't want it all dense. We just want a few little things coming out. And now we have the lavender. This is optional, you guys. I put it in mine because I think we have all the lavender down here. I don't want it to be yellow and purple. So I want to bring a little bit of purple up onto the top, right? Thank you for the hearts, you guys. So we're going to cut this down a little bit. And let me check. This is going to kind of come out over here on this side a little bit. We're just going to push it in, add a little glue, and you can push it wherever you want. I'll show you where I'm going to put it. Right in here. Right next to that bunny butt. And then we'll have the little sunflower coming out between them. So it just makes it look like maybe the lavender is growing up into the arrangement a little bit, which I think is cute. Got a few glue strings, and there it is. So see how it comes up right here, right up behind him? It just kind of brings the lavender up into the arrangement. So I had one other question for you guys. Now that we got that done, so that stem, I brought this to the table. Do we need to introduce another color? These are like a wax flower. These are from Michael's. I love these. These are one of my favorite wax flowers to work with. Do we need to add? And when I say add, thank you Pam for the stars. When I say add these, I'm talking like, and let's just do it so you can see it. Do we need to add a few little pieces of these down in the arrangement, like they're growing? And I'm going to bring it around so you can really see it because they're tiny. You only need little bits, but should we add? Do you see that? Should we add a few of those? Like maybe some over here, maybe 3 little areas of it. Or is it going to ruin the color scheme we got going? You guys vote and tell me what you think. But, or does it like break it up and add a little more spring to it? Kind of pretty, and I like that it's just a tiny touch, but it might be too much. So you guys tell me, do I add it? And if we add it, it'll be in your kit. Just saying. It will be in the kit. So, and when I say in the kit, I'll probably, like each one of these has 3. I'll give each kit a little bundle because you only need a couple. But do we want it? Do we really want it? Okay. Tina says the bits make it precious. LM says yes. Grace says absolutely beautiful. Yvonne says yes. Marilyn says add the pick. Rosalva says yes. Sammy says yes, add it. Maggie says a little would be nice. Yvonne, this is so cute. Deborah loves it. Pam gave me stars. Yep, yep, whoop, whoop. Let's see. Jane loves watching me do these. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Jane. I'm so glad you're on, too, watching. Gina says add it. Kathy says yes. Angel says add it. Deb says adds more interest. Jerry says yes. Deborah says yes, if he would look adorable. Natural wildflowers, yep. Pam loves the touch of pink. Kathy, just a few. Grace, yes, add a bit. Missy says add it. Yes, I'm glad you guys said that. If you said no, I wouldn't have. But I think it breaks it up so it doesn't just look like a purple and yellow arrangement. It's just that subtle little addition of pink that'll make you go, oh, and it's the detail. So that little tiny bloom that's close to the moss is going to really make this look interesting. So I'm glad you guys went that way. Michelle says yes, looks great. Deanna says add it. Thank you you guys. So let's do that. Let me cut some more of these off because I think it's so cute. It's like, and it's so easy just to glue a few pieces in, but I think it's going to make a difference in the overall look of this. And I'm thinking just 3. Now you're going to get a bunch that has way more than 3. So if you want to go crazy with it, make it your own. And you could even add, maybe we'll add one more in the back because we have it, right? So let me add a few. I know you can't see what I'm doing. That's why I'm excited about my overhead camera inside the barn because you'll be able to see what I'm doing where you can't right now. So let's pray that there is a lens in the next box that comes. I'm like, seriously? And I'm so glad that we thought about taking a picture of the weight on that box because we're getting a refund now. We had to go ahead and order another one and wait for our refund, but I'm like, wow, seriously. Okay. So I don't know, maybe just 2 and 1 in the very back. Let's try that. I don't want it to get too overpowered, but I think we need 1 in the very back, even though it's the back, right? I think it'll be cute in the back. And these, of course, we're gluing in. Nope, don't like that. I'm going to have to shorten it. It's too tall. We want it to really hug the moss. It's kind of like, have you guys built like fairy gardens, how you do little scenes? I love doing these kind of arrangements. Even though it's a candlestick, and I know a lot of people do candlesticks, this is nothing new, but when you can turn it into a little scene on top, rather than just all the exploding flowers and the bunny, they're coming up around him and you don't see anything detail around it, it's kind of nice to do it this way. But look at these little guys. I'm thinking 2 and 1 in the back is okay, but look at how it changes him. Isn't that a good look, you guys? And then if I turn all the way in the back, we have a little bunch back there. So it kind of completes it. Good call. You guys did great. I kind of like him facing this way a little bit, so you see his little smile, and you see the flowers peeking out over on this side, and then you see him on that side. Kind of cool, huh? What do you guys think of this? Would you do it? Sorry to say there's only 6 kits, but the kits will be available today. Isn't he a cutie? And then these you can really figure out where you want to place these. Maybe you want greenery coming down, some of the pit berries going toward the back a little. It doesn't have to be, and I actually prefer it not to be all standing straight up. Put some bends on those so it looks natural. Maybe bend this one forward a little bit. But see how it just kind of changes the look when you bend the little elements like that. So there you go, guys. And look at the difference when you look at them without the purple versus with the little purple flowers, pink flowers. I think it's a much better look. We're going to add the pink to this too. So there you guys go. So I'll get off of here and I will list these two and I will list the kits. The kits will be available today, 6 of them. And I had a lot of hurt feelings on some of the other, like the checkerboard kits. We have a few back in there, but it's hard to do reservations. It really is. And then I put them in and then sometimes people don't get to them for a few days. We're just going to put them out, you guys. So when I post them that they're available, I'll put the link, go in there and throw them in your cart if you want them so you don't miss them. Sherry, thank you. Deb loves the pink edition. April, my kit will be on my Etsy today. It's going to take me a little bit, probably 30-40 minutes to get it added, but the kit will be in there, and I'll put a link. I'm going to post a picture of this. I did a video before the live, but I'll post the picture with the link in comments right to my Etsy. Sometimes I'll link it to my Etsy, and you can just search through. The kits I have pinned on top, you just scroll through all the pinned posts and you'll see the kit section and hit it. So it'll be in there, just click, go, find it, put it in your cart. 6 of them. So Kathy's gonna go shop for candlesticks. I love it. So I'm glad, like Kathy said, she's not intimidated by these. They're really not a hard design to do. We're going to do a big one. I have a big candlestick. We're going to do a big one inside the barn, so you guys will want to join me for that. It'll be a little bit more elaborate. Denise says, so cute, love it. First time watching you. Oh, thank you. Welcome, Denise. Thanks for jumping on with us. We have a good time here. Sue says he's so cute. Sherry loves the design, too cute. Pam's going to go to Michael's before the Super Bowl. LM is definitely interested in one of the kits. Missy says it's adorable, so does Deb. Now, how would we package it to the customer without damaging the arrangement? That's coming inside the barn. I have all my shipping tips coming up because you can package this and not have it damaged. I'm going to show you guys how. It arrives in perfect condition. So that's coming up. I'm going to have a whole section on shipping. Maureen loves it. April, you're so welcome. Deborah, thank you so much. I have a wonderful group, you guys. You guys following me and jumping on here and interacting is wonderful. So it helps me do what I do. So, all right, guys. So thank you for that. And remember, if you haven't already, send me a direct message, or you can comment on here and I'll add you to the list so you'll get all the information about Inside the Barn. It will be a private coaching group. It is going to launch probably within the week. It was supposed to be this week, but camera issues. And it's going to be awesome. Awesome. We'll have more in-depth tutorials and we'll have an overhead view so you can see exactly what I'm doing. You'll get the sources for all of my supplies, shipping secrets, Etsy secrets, all of the above. So, and just, I'm not bragging, but I just want to let you know, I have some knowledge for Etsy. With Etsy, this week alone, I've done close to $2,500 in Etsy. So it can be done. The customers are there. You just got to figure out how to get to them. And I'm going to teach you how. So you guys, send me that DM. Join us Inside the Barn. It's going to be a good group. We're going to have a lot of fun. And again, we're still looking for the name. But so far, I think my favorite name to call us, because we need a name, is, and I can't remember who came up with it. If you're on, say, it was me. Or someone tagged the person. Was Baby Bloomers. Like baby boomers, but bloomers. I thought baby bloomers was so cute. But anyway, oh yes, you guys, shake, shake, shake. That's the first step of shipping. Even though I do it in my studio, when I hand it to my shipping manager, Bob, he is instructed to shake it again. And we do. Look at, no moss is coming off, the bunny isn't flying off, nothing is coming out of this. And I did not use one metal pick. It can be done. So, did I list? No, I have not listed. That's going to be in the informational post that's going to be coming out soon. Missy, it'll come out with the informational. If you haven't already sent me a DM, send me it. I'll put you on the list. Or if you just put, I want on the list, comment, I want on the list, I will add you to the list. Tina, thank you for showing the steps. You are so welcome. I enjoy teaching you guys, in case you didn't notice, and I love flowers. I'm a little addicted. So, all right, so do those things. These are coming out. I'm going to get out there on the computer now and get listing 6 of them. Ready, set, go. And then if I can order more and they'll come in quickly for the candlesticks, we will add some more. So if not, go find yourself a candlestick. Michael's and Hobby Lobby for all of the designs, all of the florals. You can get little bunnies similar to this at Hobby Lobby too. You guys can do it even if you can't get a kit. But if you want this exact kit, I've got it coming. So Rosalva wants on the list. Good. Thank you guys. All right, well, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to get out of here so I can get all this done before the Super Bowl starts. I'm in California, so we got a couple hours too, so I can do some computer work now. Don't miss me tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow. Guess what? Another kit different from this one. I've got kits lined up all week, and we're just going to put them out. I'm going to do the video, and then we're going to release the kit. So there's another kit coming tomorrow. You're going to love it. So don't miss me tomorrow. Tomorrow will be 4 p.m., my usual time. We're just on early today because we got to see the game, you guys. Well, actually, we got to eat the snacks and we got to watch the commercials. That's all it is for me. So anyway, so have a good time at Super Bowl today if you're watching. If not, run to Michael's, get your supplies. Hobby Lobby's closed today, but they'll be open tomorrow. And we'll see you tomorrow for another tutorial and another kit. Thanks for joining, you guys. I'm Kathy, Big Barn Blooms. I like to take the fear out of floral design and make it fun. Thank you for joining and following. Did you see we're about to hit 24,000 followers? Thank you. And at 25, we're going to have another giveaway. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye now.